SWOT analysis. We have already seen this topic: strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. And we have also seen that among this first two are internal factors, that is strength and weakness are internal factors, and opportunities and threats are external factors. Now we will go to another topic, that is creating an entrepreneurial venture. uh, like how do we start it? Creating an entrepreneurial venture, uh, we know that first thing will be definitely to have the idea and all. So normally this entire stage are classified into four distinct activities. So these four distinct means different activities are required or are essential for creating a new entrepreneurial venture, which is progressing from or starting from the idea or ideation or idea generation, which we have already seen, to a substantial enterprise. That is, it begins with an idea and it grows up into a main venture. Now, here, as I told you, there are four stages. You have to remember these stages: pre-startup, startup, early growth, and later growth. So pre-startup means before starting up. Pre means something prior to that. So this is the initial phase, first stage. During this initial phase, we know that idea collection is happening, idea generation is happening. We have seen how it is happening. Idea generation kaise hote hai, that also we have seen. So ideas evolve through a creative process, and finally an idea will be selected. This is the period where these entrepreneurs are planning the venture and they do all the preliminary work. Preliminary means initial work of planning the venture and even obtaining the resources, getting the all the permissions. All these things are done in this stage. It includes identifying the business concept, studying the market, financial planning, arranging resources. All these things, initial activities, are happening in the first stage of pre-startup. Then startup stage, it is again like just happening after pre-startup stage. This is also the initial period only, where they are again learning about the market. They are positioning their venture into the market, and accordingly necessary adjustments are also required, or necessary changes are also done if it is required. So this stage is not having any definite time frame or anything like that. And what they do is they start their business by taking into consideration the cost and revenue aspects. Then early growth. So now the company is established in the market. After startup, it is now established in the market. Now, once the venture is positioned or established in the market, most of the enterprises will be facing this stage of early growth. This is a period where they will be experiencing rapid development and growth. And during this period, they will even undergo many changes, be in market or be it financial planning, or even arranging for resources. So this is the stage where they will understand how much they can grow. Then later growth stage. Now, if the entrepreneur is proving himself successful with the early growth stage, and if he feels that he can take the business ahead, in this stage, later growth stage, he will start to find to be one of the major competitors along with large companies. Here what happens is that in this later growth stage, the growth rate will be slower because they are now being faced with many more competitors. The company has attracted more competitors, and this is the time most of the companies will go for stock offerings and all. And this stage, as I told you, the growth will be there, but at a slow pace. It will not be growing very fastly or very rapidly, how it happened during the early growth stage. So these are the four different stages: pre-startup, startup, early growth, later growth. You have to remember what is happening in each of these stages. Next is entrepreneurship development cycle. Now we are discussing about entrepreneurship development, project development, and all in this module. We have already seen a lot about entrepreneurs. They play a very important role. They play a key role in the economic development of the country. We have seen different types of entrepreneurs, and we have also seen that how entrepreneurial characters are developed and how many people successfully come out as highly achieving entrepreneurs. So this is not a simple process. It is a very complex phenomenon which is having different stages. So 3 stages they are mentioning over here: stimulation, support, and sustaining. Stimulation stage or stimulatory stage. The awareness among the entrepreneurs are created. Awareness among the entrepreneurs in the sense, they will be given training, they will be given education with respect to entrepreneurial education. Like we have seen, no, trainings will be given for different target groups. Then publicity will be given for entrepreneurial activities or even entrepreneurial opportunities where the people can try upon. Then motivational training to new entrepreneurs. Even they will be given help and guidance in selecting the products and even preparing the project reports. They will be given idea with the help of local agencies to train the people. Counseling will be provided. Entrepreneurial forum will be created. Forum means group of similar or like-minded people. And these entrepreneurs are recognized in this stage. Stimulation means actually motivating them, pushing these entrepreneurs to start their business successfully. Then comes support stage. This includes all the activities which is helping an entrepreneur in establishing and running their enterprises successfully. Like all the paperwork, documentation activities, जैसे कि registration of the unit, arranging finance from the banks and other financial institutions, arranging for other utilities like land, power, water facilities and all. Then even helping to find out the suppliers of scarce raw materials, then getting license, other permissions, and even providing information about the market. All such support system is happening in the second stage. So first stage, mentally we are getting prepared. Second stage, we can say physically they are able to mobilize all the resources. Then comes sustaining. Sustaining means now maintaining. In this phase, whatever things are required for continuing the business. Now the business has already been started. Now it should be maintained. It should be continued. For that, different activities are there, like different support can be given, like helping in modernization. Now they are already having a business. So it could be modernized, or it could be diversified, or it could be expanded. Then in case they are having some financial issues, helping in postponing the payment or deferring the payment to the financial institutions. Then helping with the new government regulations, whichever is coming time to time, new policy regulations which is coming time to time. Then providing help for marketing the new products, whichever it is, like that. So this is an entrepreneurial development cycle which is consisting of 3 different stages: stimulation, support, and sustaining. First, preparing mentally for starting the business. Second one, financially and other resources are provided. All the different kinds of support system happens in the second stage. Sustaining, once they have started the business, the entrepreneurs are provided support in continuing the business or running the business, maintaining the business, and take it ahead. These are the 3 different stages over here. Now, next, we are going to discuss about business planning process. Before understanding what is a business planning process, we should know what is a business plan. This can come for objective. What is a business plan? A business plan is a blueprint of the step-by-step procedure that would be followed in order to convert a business idea into a successful venture. Planning, you know, in principles of management, as being a commerce student, all of you might be knowing the meaning of planning. You already learned the different functions of management: planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. So planning means it is the first and foremost crucial step for starting any activity, not only any business venture, but for any activity. And planning means deciding in advance what to do in the future. So there should be a careful plan, a meticulously designed plan, especially in business, which is helping in converting that simple idea into a successful business venture. So it is like one of the most important document, or one of the most important, we can say, asset of an entrepreneur, because based on this business plan, their business will be taken ahead. So it is a blueprint of the step-by-step procedure that would be followed in order to convert a business idea into a successful venture. What is happening over here? Every detailed information for conducting or starting the business will be included over here. Everything, like even analysis, SWOT is also conducted to understand the best possible manner to make the plan successful. We have seen environmental scanning, say macro scan, macro elements and micro elements, macro factors or micro factors, and what we have seen. Same way, here also, they will identify the innovative idea. They will be conducting a research in the sense SWOT analysis to understand strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Then they will be taking the options which are best possible in order to make the plan successful. Now, there are various objectives of a business plan. A business plan, as I told you, is a blueprint. Blueprint means a draft, we can say draft in the sense which will be implemented into a successful business venture, which can be converted into a successful business venture, which shows the step-by-step process of starting, of conceiving the idea, and to finally running the business. So what are the different objectives now? Many objectives are there. I have taken only very few over here. It helps to give direction to the vision which is formulated by the entrepreneur. Vision will be there for the entrepreneur. What he is having in his mind regarding his business, that will be properly directed. He is getting an idea on how to start the business and in which direction he should move so that it becomes successful. Evaluate the prospects of the business. Monitor the progress after implementing the plan. That is also there. Monitoring, continuous evaluation is also there to understand whether it is moving in the same direction or not. Helping to get loan from banks and financial institutions by helping in getting all the documents required for that. Identifying the SWOT of the plan, identify the resources that would be required for this, and many more are there. Like we can say, to persuade other people also to join the business. That also can be done with a very good, very concrete business plan. We can attract more and more investors also. That is persuading other people to join the business. We can even say that the entrepreneur itself, himself or herself, they will also get an exact idea about the actual implementation of this plan. Then to clear any gaps if anything is emerging. Gap means any kind of vacuum. If something is amiss, something is missing over here, that can be clearly identified. It would be like in the case of businesses, it would be like studying about the competitors, studying about the raw materials, studying about a new market and all. Here we will be easily able to understand whether any gap has been arised. So like this, various objectives are there for a business plan. But one thing which we have to remember is that it might be read differently by different people. Like a business plan is easily accessible to the employees, investors, creditors, bankers, then venture capitalists, then customers, consultants, like that. So many stakeholders are there. They all will be having access to this business plan, but their purpose will be different. Like for an employee reading a business plan, that will be giving them another impression or another interpretation. For a financial institution, they will be looking in whether their loans, in case they are providing the loans, will it be possible for the company to repay it back. So the plan will be read by different people or interpreted by different people in different ways, but the business plan should be able to satisfy the needs of everyone, where whoever are related to the company. Like we can say that from the market perspective, it should be taken into account. That is, through the viewpoint of the customer, a business plan should be prepared. At the same time, we should also prepare, first and foremost person is the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur's viewpoint should be reflected over there, and customer's viewpoint should be reflected over there, and even financial projectors, as I told you, banks and financial institutions, they also need quite a well-defined business plan. So it is very much valuable, we can say, very important document which is valuable to the entrepreneur. Not only that entrepreneur, but even potential investors also who would be liking to invest in this particular company in the future. Then it is even important to everyone who is dealing with the company. It is very much, as I told you, these are the objectives. So it is important also because of these reasons. If we will be able to understand the viability of the plan. Viability means whether it will be successful or not. It provides guidance to the entrepreneur to start or to plan the entire activity, and even for getting finance. Now, there are different steps in preparing a business plan. So what is business plan? It is a blueprint. It is a blueprint of the step-by-step procedures which is undertaken by an entrepreneur to start the business. Now there are different steps over here: preliminary investigation, business planning process, market analysis, drawing functional plans. Very easy to understand. Preliminary investigation means before preparing the plan, the entrepreneur should know about the available business plan, if any. Like if it is similar product hai ya similar market conditions hai, he can go through any available business plan, and based on that he can draw or he can make out key assumptions of his own plan. Like it should be taking into account the market growth, it should be taking into account the inflation which is there in the country, exchange rates, and many other things. Along with that, they can even take professional advice for helping in making a business plan. Then second comes business planning process. Now here what happens, as we have seen, it is a business plan is a guiding tool to the entrepreneur. It is quite dynamic. Dynamic means it can change, it can be varied depending upon the marketing condition. So it should be something which is continuously updated, continuously reviewed, so that this plan is always remaining viable and updated in the market. For this, we know that idea generation is there. We have already seen that idea generation should be something which is very systematic. Those ideas which are impractical should be eliminated. Then environmental scanning should be done properly to identify the SWOT, to conduct a SWOT analysis. Then feasibility analysis should be done. We will see what is feasibility analysis. Then all these different types of analysis are conducted, market analysis are conducted in order to understand whether the plan which we are drawing will actually be aligned with the entrepreneur's plans also. Like market analysis is conducted in order to forecast the demand, to estimate the demand of a product or a service. Consumer surveys can be done over here. Then it will also help to understand the competitors. It will also help to understand the technical aspect, or even it will also help to understand whether we will be able to arrange all the resources or not. Resources, we need men, machine, material, money. So we need to know whether the material will be available. Then plans will be available. Plan means the location, the factory location, whether it will be feasible for us or not. All those things are conducted under market analysis. Similarly, financial feasibility is also conducted. Financial analysis is also conducted to understand the cost estimate. That is very important thing, because the cost estimate will be very much important to be done to understand the cost of land and building, cost of plant and machinery. Plant means the factory, preliminary cost, whichever would be involved, working capital, all these documents, all the financial documents also should be made properly. Then drawing functional plans. Now, once these studies conducted, we need to start going into the functional plan, actually how it will be turned out. For this marketing plan, different plans are undertaken: marketing plans, production plan, organizational plan, etc. Like we need to focus on marketing, because the strategies of marketing is very important in order to take the business ahead. Production plans should be undertaken to understand why this particular company is located in this particular area, what are the different production activities, like location wise, plant layout. Layout means the structure of the plant, availability of machinery, availability of raw materials, then cost of manufacturing, quality testing aspects, quality management aspects, all this comes under functional plan. Similarly, human resources, HR, organizational plan or HR plan also comes under the last one. That is, organizational plan explains about the hierarchy in the organization. Like, is it it depends on the type of ownership. Is it a proprietary, sole proprietorship? Is it a partnership company? Is it a partnership firm? Is it a company? All those things will be mentioned over here. Then it also explains about the employees. So it is not just, we know that it is a company is built not just by having best machinery, sophisticated equipments, enough capital, quality product. Is not only that, but very important thing is the human resources of an organization. That is why they are always called as the assets of an organization. So each and every organization should be having the right human resource practices also, so that these employees are always kept motivated and adequately, like whenever required, they should also be provided training so that they are upgraded, their skills are upgraded from time to time. So for a successful organization to run, we need all these different types of steps to be undertaken, like preliminary investigation, business planning process, market analysis, drawing functional plans. And among this, even though it is the last one, human resources is a process, human resource management, we know that without people, no activity can be undertaken successfully. So human resource management, it is a process of managing HR, managing people in such a way that the goals of the organization are achieved in the most effective and efficient manner. So without this, no other work can be started. So this is about steps in preparing a business plan. What is a business plan? You have to remember. We will see this once again. What is a business plan? It is a blueprint of the step-by-step procedure that would be followed in order to convert a business idea into a successful venture. Each and every activity required from the initial stage, or from the initiation to the last stage. Last stage means till the company is starting and the company is being carried out, or the company is sustained and maintained in the market. Every activity will be coming under business plan.